Peace everybody, love life. It's your boy T Chronic here. Today I'm releasing a song called Only Light featuring my brother man Brandon Turner. This song is going to be the 7th track on Phoenix Chapter 1, and I wanted to just give a little backstory behind this track. So, a few years ago, probably around 4 years ago or so I would say, beginning of my dreadlock stage, I was going to the studio where our Strictly Skunk group rehearsed at. It was like one of our first studios over in El Cajon. And it was just me, and I remember I was just going through a lot of transitions in this time in my life. So I go to the studio, and I'm just going there just to write and practice guitar and stuff. And I go there, and I'm hanging out, and I'm just vibing in there and jamming and whatnot. And I sit down on the floor just kind of like this, and I close my eyes, and it's like any meditation, and I just start speaking out loud about things that I was going through, negative things that were bugging me. Then I'd speak, positive things in my life that were happening, and I was venting to the air. I was sitting there in the studio, and I was just venting, venting to the ears of the universe. And, I was really describing everything that I was feeling, everything. I wasn't holding one thing back about things like, I don't want to feel this way anymore, and I get specific about whatever it was, that I was feeling. And after I would say, what I didn't want, and what I really appreciated, and just everything that I felt, the pros and cons of just life, I would say, only light, and I would say it in a very firm voice. And this is when I began to understand what a mantra was. So I'd be speaking, and like right now I have goosebumps, and I'd be feeling this energy. And after I vent what was on my mind, sitting there in the studio, and I'm just really pouring my heart out, and then I'd say, only light, and it was just this sense of like, I'm holding this ground, I'm setting the tone, I am choosing how I want to feel. And it was very powerful for me, because at the time I didn't know, like, this was what a mantra was, is when this energy is resonated with a word, a phrase, or, a special tune that you come up with. I just didn't understand, that was so powerful. And so time had passed, and only light, whenever I'd say that, there was just certain resonated energy that would stick with it from that day, when I was just pouring my heart out, and I'd say only light, and I would set the tone. So it's not, it's just a story I wanted to share with you guys, just a deeper meaning behind the words only light and what that means to me. Once again, it was just it was a meditation session where I'm just by myself, but instead of just in silence, synergizing with my own being, I was just pouring out, just verbally, just speaking about everything that I loved and things that were bugging me, and I'd say only light. And it just resonated really strongly, because now whenever I say only light, that energy is attached to that word, or those words, and it's beautiful. Infinite blessings. Just wanted to share that with y'all.